Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. Memorial Day means summer is here, and if you're looking for a mountain getaway, you better check out ParksideCabinRentals.com as soon as you can, as soon as this show is over, as a matter of fact. Or I'll allow you to check it on your phone right now while the show's still on. Parkside Cabin Rentals, boy, they've got the biggest selection of cabins anywhere in the Smokies, and you can get them secluded. You can get them side by side with other people that you know. You can get them right near downtown Gatlinburg. Check out the new cabin they've got called City Bear, for example, and always be sure to check their weekday rental rates. Always good. Parkside Cabin Rentals. All right, despite playing 30-plus years now in the SEC East, which seems incredible, Tennessee and South Carolina have never risen to a high point on one another's list of rivals. You had Spurrier come in and beat Tennessee on the night that they retired Peyton Manning's jersey, but even then it wasn't Florida Spurrier. You hated Spurrier, but not to the level when he was at Florida. So it just hasn't taken off until last year. Tennessee fans were awfully ticked last year, and it seems that they can't stand Shane Beamer, who seems awfully milquetoast to me. But take a look here at this graphic. I think this is interesting. Josh Heupel and Beamer are tied 83-83 since arriving. South Carolina won last year 63-38. Tennessee won the year before 45-20, so 83-83. 247sports.com right now, their class of 2024 recruiting rankings. South Carolina, number 9 in the nation. Tennessee, number 10. Tennessee has won 3 of the last 4 in this matchup. South Carolina's won 4 of the last 7 in this matchup. And over the last 18 meetings, they've split them 9-9. This should be a rivalry, but it hasn't been. And it's a possibility, they say, that if the SEC does the 9-game schedule, it could be Alabama, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina, who are Tennessee's permanent rivals. But right now, after last year, Vince, is this now a rivalry moving forward, or was that just a one-year blip?
Well, I until I see more from South Carolina, I'm going to say it's a blip. But Shane Beamer has outperformed, I think, a lot of people's expectations, including mine.
Yep.
The recruiting, the on the field, things are going south, and improvement at quarterback as well. So I need to see it a little bit more before I believe in them long term. But it can trend towards that, I think.
And if we were doing this show in Columbia, we'd be saying, need to see more from Tennessee and
Right.
Josh Heupel to believe it. But they're very similar programs right now. History-wise, no, but right now. Josh.
Yeah, I find the back and forth to be entertaining. Fans don't like Beamer at all. They don't like it. But I think if you're talking about a rivalry, so that includes fan interest in the matchup, I think despite what's happened the last 18 years and where the program has been for Tennessee, my feeling is that fans view South Carolina as beneath them.
Yes.
So not worth a rivalry like Florida, Alabama, and Georgia to some degree.
Good take.
The records would disagree with them, but I think you're right. I think the last decade plus has been pretty humbling, and you look at the matchups and the rivalries. You are on South Carolina's level, and I think Tennessee fans would like to believe they're still on the Florida, the Alabama, the Georgia level. The records have not really sussed that out. And I will say, as far as the fun aspect of it goes, a few more. What was the message on the airplane flying over the Orange Bowl? It was like, enjoy the bowl game, love Shane, or something like that. A little more of that would help make it a rivalry, but a tremendous, like a little more trolling, I think certainly can add a lot to a rivalry.
Well, and they were running it up last year. They didn't take the foot off the gas either. For some reason, I think it might have been you had a defensive back who was chirping at their coach, even though they were getting their butts kicked.
Come on, Hud.
That might, well, I know. I was going to go without naming him, but all right.
I think everyone knows.
I was trying to be nice there, but okay.
Where's number 5?
Lippy. But it is funny, even last year, if you're thinking, well, we're above South Carolina, even last year, your best year in 20 seasons, they're the ones that get you, and they get you going away. It'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a hot mess there in Neyland Stadium when South Carolina comes in this year. Again, I don't know that this is going to carry over and be a long-term rivalry, but I do think it's going to be interesting this fall.
It's got heat for now.
Yeah, it's got some heat right now. It depends. How does this one go? How does the next one go? If you start to see the bad blood grow a little bit, which I hope it does.
Remember you had the Darius Rucker comment that he made at their women's national championship celebration?
Yeah, why don't you say that?
Yeah.
we got the censors. Yeah, Darius Rucker, the former Hootie and the Blowfish lead singer who now went into country, he's a South Carolina grad, South Carolina fan. He made an obscene comment about Tennessee at this award thing. So, yeah, there is some.
Got some attention.
Yeah, there is some bad blood, I think.
South Carolina was involved in the start of the unraveling of Butch Jones. I don't know how much they had to do with it. It was probably more.
Had a lot to do with Jalen Hurd also
Right.
saying,
I think
I'm tapping out.
I think
they were
some
a
fans
part
are
of it.
looking for it too. Like last year when they beat Georgia State convincingly, Shane on the post-game interview was like, "Not every SEC team has always handled these guys."
That's right.
Which more recently, that was more a reference to Auburn. But Tennessee fans certainly did not take kindly to that.
I'd forgotten that one. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that one's an interesting one. I hope that it does become more of a rival, especially if you're going to get stuck with them as a permanent rival. If you're not getting Kentucky, you're getting South Carolina. I hope there's some bad blood there. Which the Tennessee fans aren't going to like this, but that means South Carolina's going to have to stay at a decent level.
Right.
You know, to have bad blood, as you pointed out, you're not going to get bad blood with Vanderbilt. Nobody cares. The people who walk around hating Vanderbilt are people older than me, which is old. All right, when we come back, is this the year Tennessee wins at Florida and at Alabama? It's been a while. We'll show you next.